Which means the fantasy playoffs are on the doorstep. We're just weeks away from the start of the fantasy playoffs. Some of us are fighting for the 1 seed, get that first round bye. Some of us are fighting for, getting into the playoffs. Some of us are just fighting for pride at this point. So whichever bucket you fit into, we got you covered today. We got your, starts and sit questions. Get them in now. We usually like to review actives and inactives at the top of the show just to make sure, we all know what's going on today. So active.
I didn't see really any surprises on the early slate, I didn't think.
No, there really wasn't a lot of surprises, which is great. And actually, the active list, the guys who you were kind of questionable or coming back, that list for the first time in a long time is longer than the inactive list. So active today, Baker Mayfield is going to play. Bucky Irving is back. Marvin Harrison Jr. is back from his appendix surgery. Bam Knight is playing. Tyler Warren, I guess he's got the stomach virus, but he's going to play through that today. Chris Olave came up with a back injury this week. He's going to play. Chigga Conk was playing. Alec Iamaner is playing. Aaron Rodgers, broken wrist, is playing. Jackson Dart is back from the concussion. He is playing. Brian Thomas Jr. is back. Darren Waller is back. He is interesting. Terry McLaurin is back, as is CJ Stroud. Essentially a mild upgrade from Davis Mills at this point. I'm not even sure it's an upgrade. On the inactive side, Drake London is out again. Diami Brown is out. Omarion Hampton and Trey Benson, they were close to returning from IR this week. Not quite ready. They're going to be out. Alvin Kamara is out. J.J. McCarthy, soft benching. He is out. Amari DiMercado is out as well.
Speaking of which, did you see the quote about Max Brosmer? They said
I don't think so.
They said I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was the coach, but somebody else on the coaching staff said, this is the most prepared mentally we feel we've been this season.
Oh, no.
I mean, that is just brutal. Absolutely brutal.
I know. I was trying to be all positive about J.J. McCarthy. I think, was it on your show we talked about him a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, it's only been, 5 starts or so. We got to, take it easy. Take it easy. It's guy's, essentially a rookie. He's been so bad, though, that I don't even know if that even matters anymore.
Well, and everybody's been making jokes about, like he was talking about himself in the third person. He keeps referring to number 9. And then he was talking about like quantum mathematics at one point, and people were like, you do not want your quarterback talking about that kind of stuff. So for a coach to come out and say, like, we're more mentally prepared than we've been this year is pretty brutal. I mean, that's basically saying you guys are right. He's nuts.
Yeah. 9, not good. Not good. All right, Amazon Pancakes in the house.
Pancakes!
Good afternoon. Favorite fantasy football streaming defense for week 15 and 16. Oh, okay. We're looking ahead to the fantasy playoffs. I picked up Kansas City, but they are not looking too good. Tampa Bay is no longer available in my league. You have a favorite streaming defense for the fantasy playoffs? Who plays the Jets? Who plays the Titans? Who plays the? I don't know.
I do have one. I need to remember what it is.
Okay. Bucky is back. While you're doing that, Bucky is back. We are celebrating that Bucky is back. That means Sean Tucker is back to the bench? Question mark. I don't know. Are we putting Sean Tucker away? Is this going to be an ugly committee?
I think we're putting Rashad White away.
I don't know. I think he's locked into his role. He's locked into his pass catching role. He might not get many carries, but they like him
though, because
I think
Tucker or because Bucky was already slicing into that catching role.
All right. Okay. Well, that could okay.
What if Bucky becomes Rashad and Sean Tucker becomes Bucky?
That's interesting. I could, I wouldn't put it past him. I would, maybe we get, a lighter version on the carries than what Bucky was giving us, but he's heavy in the receiving game. They put Rashad to the bench, and we get more carries from Sean Tucker. That's interesting. I could see that happening that way. All right, that would be fun. I think that would be a lot of fun.
It would piss a lot of people off, except for the Tucker owners.
Yeah, it would. I got Sean Tucker in a few leagues, so I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So J-Dog, speaking of Bucky, J-Dog is asking, do we sit Bucky Irving or do we play him? How comfortable are you if you have Bucky Irving? How comfortable are you putting him into lineups today?
Well, I said this last night on our sleeper show, which we do every Saturday at 9:00, that I think the last hurdle Bucky had to clear was actually a mental one. So if they say that he's good in that respect, then I trust that his injury is in the rearview mirror. They wouldn't let him get hit if his shoulder was still bad.
All right, that's fair. But does he plug back into a high-end fantasy relevant role right out the gate?
Against Arizona? I think so. I mean, Bucky, the way we drafted him was to be this guy. You know what I mean? Would you bench somebody else? I mean, not that he's on the level of like a Jonathan Taylor or anything like that, but would you bench somebody else that you drafted so high when you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for him to come back? I don't think you would.
Yeah, in most cases I'm probably playing him, although I do have him ranked significantly lower than where I normally would have him, but I still have him right around that borderline RB2 territory. So on most teams, you're going to be starting him. And then kind of we'll just see what happens from here. So I got a question this morning on Twitter, and I had a hard time with it a little bit. We were considering Shamir DK, who we talked about on the Sleeper show last night, versus Michael Pittman and Brian Thomas Jr. I had to pick one of those guys, and I went away from Shamir because I don't think I'm going to start him over Pittman or Brian Thomas Jr. But then Pittman versus Brian Thomas Jr. was a big challenge for me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it's easy to, just remember that Lawrence has such a hard time hitting Thomas. And the deep ball is almost non-existent. But by the same token, you're kind of like, well, he's really good and he's just coming back. Is that going to be like exciting for Lawrence? You know what I mean? I still look for, Brenton Strange and possibly Jacoby Myers to do better.
Yeah, I think so.
Than Brian Thomas. It's going to depend on who gets in the end zone, I think.
Yeah, and even when Trevor Lawrence was hitting him, he was dropping it half the time anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I leaned Michael Pittman. It's a very tough matchup against the Texans for Pittman, but I got Brian Thomas Jr. ranked down in like the low 30s for me this week, which feels weird, but we're at that point where he's he's given us nothing this year to give me any confidence to start him as a wide receiver 2, never mind a wide receiver 1, which we drafted him to be. So
Amazon Pancakes, I'm with you, man. If Hampton isn't out there next week, I'm toast.
yeah, we need him back. We need him back. Although my Warrior Bowl team, which has been riding Kamani Vidal, kind of wants him to stay out a little bit longer.
Let me Amazon Pancakes. I'm assuming Denver, Cleveland, Houston, Seattle are all taken. I like the Chargers and the Rams, so both the LA teams. And then, gosh, Philadelphia and the Jets, I think. Those would be the 4 that I think might be available. Tennessee actually has a pretty decent schedule, but I just don't trust that franchise in general.
Yeah.
I don't know, because, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know if that helps you at all, but you can also DM me at Buy and Sell You, and I'll get a little more in depth if you like.
Hello from Roderick. What's up, fellas? Are you trusting Marvin Harrison Jr. today? I compare Drake May with Hollins on Monday Night Football. If I start Marvin Harrison Jr., am I getting too cute here?
I don't know that. Yeah, I think you are. May is obviously the quarterback, and Hollins is. I mean, his floor is 0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So MHJ, whose floor could also be 0. Maybe his appendix still hurts. But I like the idea of MHJ with Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I would do as well. I do think that's getting a little too cute trying to play Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, Mike Hollins over Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, Harrison he's interesting.
Stacks never work.
Yeah, okay. Harrison, he's an interesting case this week. We'll see how that plays out. I'm really interested to see how things get divvied up between he and Michael Wilson. Because Michael Wilson, in his 2 chances as the wide receiver 1 with Marvin Harrison Jr. out, he outproduced anything that Marvin Harrison Jr. has ever done in his entire career. So there's a lot of questions there. Michael Pittman or Khalil Shakir?
I'm going to go Shakir. We saw what happened last week, and for some reason, Indianapolis is still putting a guy with a fractured leg behind that offensive line. I'm not saying he's not good enough to play. He is, but Shakir's been pretty consistent lately.
Yeah, I like Shakir there as well. Really tough matchup for Michael Pittman. How about Devin Neal or Khalil Shakir?
I mean, it's Neal's show, right?
Yeah.
Is it PPR? Does it say?
Doesn't say. I always assume if it doesn't say, I always assume PPR.
If it's PPR, if it's full point PPR, I would go Neal. If it's only a half point, I would probably lean towards Shakir.
Okay. Yeah. I think I lean towards Shakir slightly, but flip a coin on that one, honestly. It could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, if Neal catches the same amount of balls he did last week, then
that is true.
that's a potential boom in PPR. So
Yeah, absolutely. All right. How about Arande Gadsden or Kate Otten?
Gatson
Yeah, I agree. Gadsden.
easily.
Yeah. How about Devin Neal or Troy Franklin?
Devin Neal or Troy Franklin. Yeah, I mean I love Franklin, but I'll take the guaranteed touches.
Yeah, Devin Neal. Yeah, I think so too. Um, Trevion Henderson or Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Who are you guys playing?
Giants.
Right. Travion.
Yeah, Trevion for me as well.
I mean, Ramondre only got 7 touches last week, so that obviously is a changing of the guard.
How about R.J. Harvey or James Cook?
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, normally I would say, what are you thinking? Why would you bench James Cook? And he has been catching more balls lately. I'm looking
Yeah.
at my rankings here. Um, I'm still going to go with James Cook. I think the Bills are going to stick with what got them there.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'll go with James Cook. We've had one game of sample size for R.J. Harvey as the guy. We talked about Jaleel McLaughlin last night, Tyler Bidet. Yeah, I'll go James Cook there. We know what we're getting. Rico Dowdle or Jalen Warren?
Uh, I mean, it's against Buffalo? Oh God, probably Warren.
I think, yeah, I think so.
If he
It's
gets the
tough.
same volume he got last week, then he should eat them alive. And Rico Dowdle, a lot of times surprises us against better defenses, but I don't know that you can count on him to do so against the Rams.
Yeah, that Rams defense really, really tough against running backs. And Dowdle's his usage was leaking a little bit to Chuba Hubbard last week. I don't know if that's going to continue, but that makes me a little bit more hesitant to roll with Rico Dowdle, especially in a difficult matchup.
Right.
Um, Bucky Irving or Lad McConkey?
I'd play Irving.
Really?
Yeah, I just think that the Chargers have way too many weapons that they can choose from in that game that they're not going to need to depend on him or depend on anybody else. I think anybody from that lineup could have a huge game.
All right, Bucky Irving it is. How about Marvin Harrison Jr. or Wandale Robinson?
Uh let's see. I've got Wandale projected for around 12 and a half points. And Marvin Harrison at like 11, but with a higher ceiling. I guess the safe bet for me, if it was me, the safe bet would be Wandale. And if I'm already trailing or I need a like a big game, I'll take my chances with MHJ.
All right. So Wandale is the floor play. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the ceiling play. All right, I like
Yeah,
it.
do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. How about From Amazon Pancakes, rest of season question. Dalton Kincaid, or I'm assuming this is Darren Waller?
Darren Lawler. Darren Lawler is a killer rapper. Well, week 15 and 16, Miami has some very, very good games for Waller. They get Pittsburgh in 15 and Cincinnati in 16. The only issue is then they get Tampa Bay in 17, who is not terrible against the tight end. Buffalo, I don't know Buffalo's the rest of the season. But I don't know, man. I mean, I'd really hate to say Waller over Kincaid. I mean, I'd be tempted to play them both or to roster them both and then stream whichever one on a per week basis. If you have the room. I like Amazon Pancakes, man, because he's looking forward. And I like that. That's what I do.
I think I would lean Dalton Kincaid rest of season if I had to make a choice here. I've just seen more from him this year than we have with Darren Waller. And I trust Josh Allen and the Bills more than I trust Tua and the Dolphins.
Yeah, Waller is, at this moment, he's still touchdown dependent. I mean, he played 3 games. He had 112 yards, but he had 4 touchdowns. So, you first of all, you need Miami to get down there. Second of all, you need him to be the go-to every time and not a Chain or Ollie Gordon or Waddle. So, yeah, I'd lean Kincaid.
All right, how about from Juan? We're going to fill out his entire roster. Who for my wide receiver 2 and my wide receiver 3 plus my flex spots? We got to start 2 receivers, and then we got a flex spot we got to fill as well. Our choices are Zach Charbonnet, Trevion Henderson.
Juan's back.
Jordan Addison, Greg Dortch, Quentin Johnston, Deebo Samuel, Jacoby Myers, or Parker Washington.
Good to see you, Juan. Okay. Wide receiver 2 or 3 and flex.
Mm-hmm. So we got to play Trevion in the flex, I think.
Yes. Okay. 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, this is tough with these receivers because Deebo is getting McLaurin back. Myers and Washington are both getting Brian Thomas Jr. back. Jordan Addison has Max Brosmer as his quarterback. Greg Dortch is getting Marvin Harrison back. Quentin Johnston gets a decent matchup against the Raiders, but how much are they going to be throwing in that game? They should be leading.
I have my final answer.
All right,
what's yours? What do you have?
My 2 receivers would be Quentin Johnston and Jacoby Myers, I think. Maybe Deebo and Jacoby, but I think.
Okay. We're really going to make Juan mad.
Which is a complete opposite.
Because mine would be Deebo and Tez.
All right.
Tez his role has not changed.
Okay. Well, who do you trust more?
This will be the week that Addison finally does something.
I know.
God, he's been frustrating the heck out of me.
I don't know. I'm not counting on Brosmer to save the day, but who knows? Isaiah is in here. Rico Dowdle or Travis Etienne this week?
I like Etienne this week.
Yeah, I think so too. Etienne over Rico. From Julio. Julio's asking Devin Neal or Terry McLaurin in the flex spot in PPR league. Like this one we played Neil.
McLaurin hurt himself the last time he came back. He exacerbated that same injury. I'm not positive that he's not going to do that again. I'm going to go Devin Neal for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go Devin Neal as well. How about from Hunter? We need one of these guys, I guess. Brian Thomas Jr., Jalen Warren, Tyrone Tracy, PPR.
I'm playing Jalen Warren against the Bills.
Yeah, I think so too. Roderick asking, thinking about stashing Saints defense for the playoff run. I feel they have some good matchups. Are there any other on your radar for their playoff matchups? Could we just hit the rewind button? We talked about defense.
Yeah, I like the Saints. Also, either LA team, if they're available. Even Buffalo is not bad, and the Jets. But the Saints are pretty good. And believe it or not, Miami and Tennessee are not bad. Well, I take that back. Miami is. Tennessee's not.
Caden 7877, half PPR. We need to start one of these guys. Cortland Sutton, Marvin Harrison Jr., and there it is, Michael Wilson.
I was wondering how long it would take.
Gotta make the choice.
Do I have to?
You gotta make the choice.
Why can't I just pick Sutton and be done with it?
Well, yeah, we picked the choice between one of these three.
Who you got?
I was gonna let you go first.
I always go first.
I know you do.
There.
Let me pull up my rankings for this one because this one's.
Is that because I'm the expert?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Age before beauty. Let's see. We got Cortland Sutton, Marvin Harrison Jr., or Michael Wilson. So I have. Where do I? Oh, I had Marvin Harrison Jr. ranked ahead of these guys pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, we're really going to hear about it if we're wrong on Marvin Harrison Jr. with Jacoby Brissett. But that's what I'm leaning on. I'm leaning on the fact that Kyler's gone and he's got somebody that can put the ball where he needs to put the ball.
I think we've expressed enough skepticism about it that we'll be forgiven if we're wrong.
Yeah, I'll go MHJ as well.
All right, I have both Cardinals receivers ranked ahead of Sutton for what it's worth.
All right, 7 minutes to game time.
All right, we got to pick up the pace here. Caden 7877 asking half PPR, Breece Hall or Travis Etienne.
Breece Hall.
All right, yeah, I think so. It's already answered. How from Isaiah, Darren Waller or Aronde Gadsden?
Aronde Gadsden. I really like him this week.
Yeah, I think so too. He's given us some flashes. He's been inconsistent. I think did he have an injury?
I think I have him at tight end 8 this week, which is might be the highest I've had him in this season.
Really, there was 1 week I had him at tight end 3.
Well, maybe I did. I mean, my memory is terrible, so.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I probably have him right about the same spot. Tight end 8 feels right for Gadsden, and I agree. I would play him over Darren Waller. All right, how about I got a question on TikTok, Michael Wilson or Marvin Harrison. I think we both already agreed we would go Marvin Harrison over Michael Wilson.
Yep.
How about Gadsden or Schultz? Your boy Schultz.
Gadsden.
Yep.
Wan'Dale Robinson or Cortland Sutton?
Wan'Dale. Give me Wan'Dale. Unfortunately. How about Diggs or Tetairoa McMillan?
I remember really liking Diggs this week.
Yeah.
Although Carolina's going to have to throw the ball a lot.
Yeah, they are. Gotta go Ted, right? We gotta go Ted.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Tedera.
I think so too. Tedero McMillan is the play. What else we got in here? How about Kobe Myers or Michael Pittman?
What's that? Jacoby Myers or Michael Pittman? I'll go Jacoby Myers today.
Okay. Yeah, Jacoby. How about Bill, Bam, or Bashal?
Who? Bill?
Bill, Bam, or
It's our
Bashal?
first Bill question.
I know. I thought he was dead and buried. He should be. Chris Rodriguez takeover.
One more time. Bill, who is it?
I made it so easy for you.
I know, but I
Bill,
was
Bam, or
doing something.
Bashal?
I was doing something. We have 3 minutes.
Bill, Bam, or Bashal?
Bill, Bam, or Bashal? Bam. Bam!
Bam! All right. I agree. We got to go Bam.
Bo Nix or Daniel Jones?
Bo Nix against the Commanders, for sure. I don't know what to make of Daniel Jones' broken leg situation that he's going to play through.
I don't either. Well, I mean, they said that he played through whatever the injury was last week.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Okay, Tedera, Quinshon Judkins or Marvin Harrison Jr.? I think I like Judkins on this.
Yeah. Remind me who the Browns playing? I can't remember off the top of my head.
They're oh shit.
I was going to say the Raiders, but that was last week. They play in the 49ers.
Yeah, I like Judkins.
Yeah, I think I do like Tataroa there, but Judkins is a fine play.
San Francisco's not even gangbusters against the run anyway.
No, they're not. No, they're susceptible, but they're gonna be trailing.
But we have 1 minute. Anybody else?
Stroud or Baker?
Huh?
Stroud or Baker?
I
think I gotta play Baker.
I think you have to, but you got to be prepared for the fact that they elevated another guy to the roster just in case he gets hit again.
And he's probably not going to run as much as he usually does.
He's not going to run. He'll probably run about as much as CJ Stroud. I'm still, if it was me, I'd play Baker and cross my fingers.
Okay. All right. We'll go Baker. I do have him ranked ahead of CJ Stroud. All right. How about real quick, Josh, at the buzzer, Jennings or Gadsden?
Jennings. I like Jennings this week.
Yeah, I think so too. Jennings. All right. It is officially
1 o'clock. That's my guy, Josh. Hey, what's up, Josh? What's up, dude? That's my guy.
Thank you to Josh and Amazon Pancakes and Isaiah and everybody who commented.
Where in the world is
Ice Cold Jones?
OG Jones?
You think he ate too much Thanksgiving food and he's sleeping in today?
Maybe he's just gotten so good at fantasy football. He doesn't need our support.
Well, I also hate to talk about the alternative, which is maybe we've given him wrong answers for multiple weeks in a row. And he's like, fuck them guys.
We don't give wrong answers. What are you talking about?
All right. Well, hit us back up during the week. Saturday we'll do our sleeper show. Sunday we'll be right back here doing the same thing we're doing today. Thank you everybody who tuned in,
Like the
liked,
video.
engaged. Yes, thank you very much. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.